and it's never more than one generation away from extinction. And those in world history who have known freedom and then lost it have never known it again.
Let's face it, your God, your book, they're in the way. You feel that you're making a last-ditch stand for your faith, and you've chosen this as a hill that you're willing to die on.
Our whole faith started because one man chose a hill he was willing to die on.
I would like to call this hearing of the House Subcommittee to order.
Right now, there's an effort underway to mandate universal educational guidelines.
Once we decide what a child needs to know, it becomes imperative that every child know it.
Remember the visit we got from social services the other day?
I'm here to review your homeschooling environment.
Religion has been removed from our schools. They're teaching kids that they don't need God.
If your children do not show up at school a week from Monday, you will be charged with contempt of court, meaning you will be incarcerated.
Shannon said last night she doesn't want her parents going to jail.
This is bigger than just homeschooling. I think we should fight this. We need to.
Just want to make sure you understand what you're fighting here.
Our district teaches a revisionist version of history.
God is for us. Who can be against us?
Not like you, just about everyone else.
The country is just now beginning to realize that unity means winning under our terms.
For 2,000 years, men have been trying to get rid of Christianity. What makes you think that you can accomplish what they couldn't?
They didn't have an 83% approval.
God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living.
That's part of your plan, isn't it? Keep us all divided so we don't realize that you're really chipping away at our freedoms and liberties.
America is a country so blessed to whom much is given, much will be required.
You see those statues and those monuments out there? They say, you work for us.
You are out of order, Mr. Bell.
Government of the people, by the people, for the people.
Let's read some comments. You know, Konami really outdid himself on this one. That's the guy that did Death Stranding. Your system teaches a revisionist version of history. You hit the point so hard on the head and still missed it. Wait, when did they say that in the trailer? God for the people. God's not dead for the people. This is the film version of witty arguments in your head in the shower. God's not dead 5, surely alive. Two Jesus, too furious. I can't believe they put, and then everyone clap moment in this. Oh, I can. I hate this movie so much. my kingdom is not of this world. Jesus, mainline American Christianity. We need to protect our freedom. So we just Goes up to 23. Thanos arrives. Let's play. How many U.S. flags can you spot? But $1 million. This movie is with a Newsboys concert. We get it. You're upset the country isn't a theocracy. Hey, Chairman. Chairman turns around. Jesus, man. Freeze frame. Roll credits. Oh, man. I lost it. Oh no, I'm a devoted Christian, and I appreciate Christian movies and content, but this is looking dangerously biased. God is bigger than American politics. Well, the one thing that will unite all Christians and atheists together is our hatred of this stupid movie and the franchise. 4. There's been 4 of them. The first one was bad. The second one was bad. I don't even know they had a third one. And then they just won't die. This movie won't die. United us in their hatred for the franchise and stupid strawman mentality. Well, yep, give that a thumb up. The main character, Josh, this is the first movie, thinks he totally nails it when debating his arrogant atheist college professor by using the argument, atheists are right when they say you can't prove God exists, but they can't prove God doesn't exist either. Checkmate, atheists, ha! How embarrassing can an argument get? Yeah, well, yeah, it's actually worse than that in the first movie. As a former homeschool kid, this kind of stuff is why people think we're freaks. And I'll take things that never happened for 500, Alex. I'll teach 13-year kids they don't need God. I'll take the things that never happened for 1 million, Alex. The freedoms and liberties zooms into a monument of the dead of a war people were forced to fight under threat of jail time to fight in. You can't make this stuff up. So I look forward to my review of God's Not Dead 4. Now, normally I just put reviews in the community section. From time to time, I'll watch the movie and I'll make a small little review of it, and I'll just put it there and be like, this movie or sometimes a TV show or whatever. I'll be like, this is what I thought, and I started giving them rankings because I felt like just talking about it wasn't really, it didn't feel like it was, a movie review without a ranking. So 1 to 5, whatever, 0 to 5, And there's a community tab. You might not know about it, but it exists, and you can click it, and you can see posts that I make or whatever. Sometimes I'll make a new blog post. Yeah, I have a blog you might not even know about. It's a blog, and it's lobsterlogic.blogspot.com. So check it out because it's a blog I haven't written in a while. But every now and then I'll put something there. And you could go back and read it from the beginning. I mean, some of it's funny, some of it's, I don't know. Nobody tells me if they like it, so I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna review this. I'm gonna watch this movie and review it. And I don't know why I don't want to do it. But I'm doing it for you because I care about you. And honestly, I'm probably going to completely and totally lose my mind. But that's never stopped me before. So look forward to that review, I guess. If I was doing this for money, I'd be like, hey, send me PayPal money to do this. But I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this just because I just do this. I mean, you could send me money if you wanted to. I still have a link to PayPal, I think. I'm not even sure if it works anymore. So if you want to send me money, get my book. And if you already got my book, then thanks. Because that basically sent me money. So I'm going to watch this movie, and I'm sure it's going to be stupid. So my predictions are that they're homeschooling their kids, doing religious stuff, like they're teaching religion as part of their homeschool curriculum, which is perfectly legal in full, as long as you every homeschool program is a little bit different, but your flexibility is really broad when it comes to homeschooling. You have to basically turn in a certain amount of work to the school district, and what that is varies from school district to school district. You can even you can even fight them on what school district you want to be considered in. Now, if your job is far, X far away, you can have the school district be by your job instead of by your house. So when I was younger, actually went to a school near where my mom worked because I didn't like the school that was near where we were, and it was a better school for me. I think it had had people I could tolerate and classes that I liked. They had a science class that was really cool. We had programming. Back in my day, we learned how to program in BASIC on the Apple IIe, which is extraordinarily old. And they also had Mac computers there, which we played 3D golf on. And it was like, wow, it was so cool. But I learned how to do some programming on that. And I remember I asked the teacher, I was like, hey, can I get like the book on, because like, I want to learn more stuff and you're not teaching fast enough for me. And I'm like sitting there doing graphics and I'm doing mazes and stuff and I'm programming that. And I'm like, why aren't we doing this? Like, you're having us draw one square at a time. You can just draw the whole line at once. And it's like, well, that's what it says to teach. So, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, homeschooling is very flexible. And so you can teach whatever, including creationism. You could teach that as long as you turn in the required materials that are necessary by the school district that you're in. You can teach anything else that you want. And guess what? You as the parent can do that work and turn it in and say that your kids did it. How are they going to know? They're not. So you can literally teach your kids anything you want, including absolutely nothing at all, as long as you turn that work in. As far as Child Protective Services, CPS, or a social worker showing up, unless somebody calls to get that to happen, they're not going to do that. They don't just randomly show up. They show up in response to somebody calling. Now, whether or not that services is a good or bad idea is a whole nother can of worms. I've heard horror stories about it, and without data to look at, I don't know what the real argument would be for or against this thing. I only know, stories, that's not data. And so I don't know what to tell you about it. What I do know is that this movie is a ginormous straw man. That your freedom to teach religion is not going to be taken away. Nobody cares. You can teach your kids all about Jesus and God. You can even teach them creationism as long as you turn in the required materials. Now, if it was a segment on biological evolution that you had to turn in and you were like, no, I don't want to, because religious stuff, they might even make an exception for that because you're homeschooled. That's one of the freedoms of doing homeschool, is you get to say no to things. There are private schools that do that as well. So, yeah, and charter schools, and they have their own rule set. The idea that there's a certain thing that we're going to teach all the kids, and that's it, and that's going to be the way it is, that's not true. Or that we're going to prevent you from teaching religion to your kids, that's not true. It would never, ever, ever happen in this country. hopefully. And if it did, there would be huge riots, not just from the religious, but also the non-religious, because we want, as secular people, at least I know I do, to separate church and state. That means the government can't make laws about religion, and that includes saying you can't teach religion, and it also includes you can't not teach religion. So it works both ways. You can't teach religion in public schools, but you can't teach that religion is false in public schools. So you can't teach any particular religion unless it's a course on religious comparative studies, and that would probably be something in college anyways. So it's just one ginormous circle jerk straw man of them like, oh, look, we're going to fight this fight. And yeah, God's real. And like, why not call God to the stand? I mean, you know, just saying. Let's see. You're going to watch it. We have to take the risk to convert all of us. God's not dead, thanks you with several lives. Yeah. It's good Paul the odd number one. Oh man. Hey, my future husband is Scott's in chat. Hey, he says, all right, great. Glad you're here. My name is Deconverted Man. Yes, it is. Why is all powerful God need weak mortals to defend him? Good question, you know. But yeah, it's going to be a stupid film with completely incoherent stuff that wouldn't happen for real. And I know there's a few lawyer react things out there now. This has gotten like more popular. These different react channels popping up. Like there's a therapist reacts. There's a lawyer reacts. There's doctor reacts. Everybody's getting in on the game of react. So why not do it myself, right? I'll probably get copyright strike for playing the entire trailer, and I don't care. Which means they won't show it in some countries. In fact, they did that. The BBC hit me for showing like the little bit of the clip of that I did in the one live stream that I did, where showing the perfect human that they constructed. And I got copyright strike for that. I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I'm not even going to fight it. I just don't care enough. Oh, no, don't show it in certain countries. Whatever. So if you didn't see that and you're like, where is it? You might not be able to see it. So God's not dead. The first movie was dumb, and it was this kid who went to a philosophy class, and the professor wrote, God's dead. You have to write God's dead, and then we'll continue the class. That's not how philosophy is taught. And then the kid's like, I'm not going to write that because God's alive, and I believe in God. And then he's like, well, then you're going to have to prove that there's a God to the entire class and debate me. And then the kid's like, you just hate God. And the professor's like, yeah, I just hate God. Because God made my person die, or whatever it was that he loved, his mom or his wife or whatever the hell it was. And then because they didn't do enough, the guy gets hit by the professor gets hit by a car, and the pastor that's in this movie, he was there with some other pastor dude, and they show up and they're like, oh no, you're dying, quick, convert. And he's like, yes, I believe in Jesus, and then he dies. So he converts before he dies. So he's going to go to heaven. Yay! I hated that movie. Hated it. And then the second one, I don't remember what the second one was about. I really don't. But it was also dumb. So whatever. And I didn't even know there was a third one. So yeah. But yeah, it was a complete straw man. Just utter garbage. And the argument that the kid made. I've heard bad arguments. Okay, I've analyzed many bad arguments over the years. It was the most non-argument that there was. It just was like, yeah, there's a God, and you just hate him, and that's it. That was it. That was like the sum total. It's just like, yeah, you know, there's a God, and that was it. And it's like, you just hate God. And that was it. He's like, how do you explain this? It must be God. How do you explain that? Must be God. Yeah. All these people believe in God. Blah. It's like, it was pathetic. I think you did a thing about it a long time ago. I don't remember anymore. I don't remember anything anymore. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. So thanks for watching. And God's, you know, and of course calling it the movie God's Not Dead, because God's Dead, see, that was written by Nietzsche. But Nietzsche was commenting on the fact that he was lamenting the idea that God was dead, that intellectual people had killed God. He didn't like this idea. He wasn't saying that God's actually dead. He was worried that people had like metaphorically killed God in the Enlightenment, and that without that something else would fill the void. And Nietzsche was right. Other things have filled the void. As we see religion go down, I'm seeing other ideologies go up and replace religion. And sadly, many atheists and those who call themselves skeptics are subscribing to these ideologies, not necessarily having looked into them to find out whether or not they're coherent or not. They're buying into the labeling, the packaging. It's like, join this because we do this. And it's like, oh, that sounds great. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that? And they don't look into the matter further, so they're very useful idiots for the brand name of the ideology, because they carry around the brand, say, yeah, I'm supporting this, and they don't have any idea what they're supporting. They don't know what it is that the thing is really about. Or they'll be like kind of a little bit smart of a useful idiot, and they'll know like a little bit about it, be like, oh no, that was the first version of this ideology. This version is that, or this the latest version of this ideology. Sure, that's bad, but I'm using the older version of this ideology. Yeah, but you don't need the label then, and here's why. And they're like, no, but the label is good. It's like, if you're just fighting the fight for whatever it is, let's say you're fighting for equality, you don't need a label to do that. Just fight for equality. You don't need a brand name to help you to do that. So these ideologies get a hold of people's brains and trap them by making them think that the label is an end-all be-all, like the label has to be defended. And to be fair, us atheists have done that with the word atheist. Like, we were like, no, we're not going to let you guys tell us what it means. We're going to decide what it means. We're going to say no. It might have meant there's no God in the past, philosophically speaking, and in philosophy, like dictionaries or whatever, it says that. But we were like, yeah, but that's not what it means to us. And so we're going to change that. And we did. And they call that new atheist. Oh, and I'm like, I don't care. New, old, doesn't matter. I don't believe in your God. And some gods I think are also not true. So what does that make me? Agnostic on some gods, but atheist on others? How about skeptic? Let's just be a skeptic. They can't do much with the word skeptic. They're like, yeah, well, of course I did meet a theist who was like, I'm a skeptic. I'm like, no, you're not. Like, yeah, I'm skeptical. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not skeptical about your God. He's like, well, you're not skeptical about certain things. I'm like, really? What am I not skeptical about? Because he was trying to read my mind, right? He's like, well, you know, are you skeptical about skepticism? I'm like, yep. And then he died. I don't know if he actually died, but I never heard from him again, so I don't care. Maybe he is dead. I don't know. That'd be kind of sad, though. I was hoping that he would learn something from it. Oh, update! While I'm rambling on and it got your attention. So, you remember I did 2 videos, and I responded to 2 different Christians. Well, I got a response from those Christians, and I think I want to share that with you, because I think you might find it interesting. Let me just pull it up so that I can show you. All right. Okay, so let me show you this. Stop sharing that. Share other screen with this. Okay, that's. Wait, what? Is this? Yeah, okay. Whatever, this works. Okay. So Melissa, who I made that video on, you know, you can go find that one, said, thank you, because I said, hey, I made a video about this, and I did. You know, remember that? It was like an hour long or whatever, however long it was. I don't remember. Thank you for taking the time to watch and respond. I checked out your video. We definitely have different perspectives, and even though I 100% disagree, I'm glad to see you're thinking through everything, and I respect that. I'm interested in the free flow of thoughts and perspectives and letting people come up with their own conclusions. I'm not interested in debating. That's not what my channel is focused on. Good day. Well, I invited them to come talk to me live. Now, if we did that, it would not be a debate. It would just be me asking them questions about what they believe and why. I've done this before on my channel where I'm basically just interviewing the person. And I ask them pesky questions, but I don't really ask them questions about those questions. I just want to try to draw forth information about what they believe and why, and that's it. It's not even street epistemology that I do. So if they agreed to talk to me live, that's all it would be. And I've been interviewed in that way once on a Christian channel. It was great for me to be able to do that. I really liked that. And the guy then followed up with another video about what I had said. And that was really an interesting exchange that we had. So I hope that she takes my invitation to talk to me. I don't think that she will. I don't like that you look. You put up a video responding to another video, and so you are debating that person in a way. You're already debating. So to say, well, I'm not going to debate you. Well, but your ideas need to be scrutinized. You need to have your ideas challenged. And you say you disagree, well, okay, but why do you disagree? Why won't you debate that? I mean, I don't get it. And of course, it would be on my channel, not yours, anyways. So yeah. All right. Anyways, and let's see. Let me minimize that while I look for the other comment that I got. And notice also that was on their video. They didn't bother to put that comment on my video. Whatever. Let's see. Okay. All right. So here's this one. Let's see. So this is the proof of God in 10 seconds. This one's interesting. So he said, thanks for dropping by the channel, DM. I went to your channel and didn't see any response videos of mine. The latest one you had was streamed yesterday for an hour and 50 minutes for a girl called Melissa. I wouldn't mind responding to your response video if you actually posted one. I can respond to video or written format. My goal is really not looking for a debate, but for myself and those who see these videos to ponder the things of God, because one day, no matter how much we sigh and think we are right and don't need God, He is still the ultimate judge who renders judgment to everyone's lives. To me, this is life and death. I take this very seriously because every soul for eternity is precious, including yours and mine. God bless you. Cross, smiley face. So I said, it's there. This is what it's called. And I even tried to link the video itself. Now, I don't know if that's there or not, because it looks like it's there, but it might not be, because sometimes YouTube deletes links. So I'm not sure how he didn't find my video when, like, you know, it's if you go to my channel, or well, let's see, if you go, how do I? Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Let's see, reset. So you know, you go to Deconverted Man, you go to videos, you go to uploads, you go to live now. Well, that doesn't help. You know, you go to past live streams. There we go. So there's Melissa's video, right? And there's the proof of God in 10 seconds video. So it's right there, you know. And then this, by the way, okay, in case you were wondering, because maybe you were, I don't know, I'm going to talk about it. I don't care anymore. So this plug, right? You see that plug as a thumbnail? When I typed in C19 on Google Images, that plug came up. So that I thought it would be funny to put it as the thumbnail. So there you go. A little behind the scenes that you didn't want to know about and probably don't care. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This video will self-destruct at some point, maybe. I don't know. I'll leave it up. Who knows? Whatever. Maybe this video will get a lot of views, and I'll actually get comments on it. By the way, that video that I told you all to dislike only has 2 comments. 2 dislikes. One of them is mine. That means only one of you listen to me. So that means you want me to tell you to post a comment. I told you that's what would happen. If you didn't do what I said, that I would have to do this. It's not my fault. I don't want to have to tell you to post a comment, but you didn't dislike that video. So now I have to do this. So the thing is, I see you in chat. I see you guys. I see you over there. I see you robots, and some of you are women, some of you are men, and some of you, I don't even know. You're indescribable electric objects that are amorphously floating through time space in a forever changing configuration of potentiality. But you know, but your comments there don't show up on YouTube anymore. Even though I have it set to share chat, it doesn't do it. And then it doesn't count what you say there for my video, so my video doesn't get seen by a lot of people. And then I go and I look at the numbers, I go, oh, that sucks. Why am I bothering to do this? I got like 12 views. Look, why? So put your chat, just copy and paste chat into the comment section if you want. I don't care. Do it for me. Do it for Deconverted Man. You know, it's not that hard of a thing to do. Anyways, look forward to God's Not Dead 4, where I completely lose my mind. Thanks for watching. Bye.